Guinea, West African nation, has a history shaped by powerful empires, European colonization, independence struggles, and post-independence political transitions. Rich in natural resources, particularly bauxite, Guinea has experienced both economic potential and political instability since gaining independence from France in 1958. Ancient kingdoms and empires pre-15th century. Before European contact, the region that is now Guinea was home to several powerful African empires. Among them were the Ghana Empire, 4th–11th century. Although based in present-day Mali and Mauritania, the Ghana Empire influenced Guinea through trade networks. It thrived on the exchange of gold, salt, and other goods, linking West Africa to North Africa via trans-Saharan trade routes. The Mali Empire, 13th–16th century. Guinea was a key part of the Mali Empire, which emerged in the 13th century under Sundiata Keita. The empire became one of the wealthiest in Africa, with Timbuktu as a center of Islamic learning and trade. The famous ruler Mansa Musa expanded Mali's influence, making it one of the most prosperous states in history. The Songhai Empire, 15th–16th century. As Mali declined, the Songhai Empire rose to prominence, controlling much of Guinea's territory. However, the Songhai's power weakened after the Moroccan invasion in 1591, leading to the rise of smaller independent states. The Fulani Jihad and the Imamat of Fouta Djallon, 18th–19th century. In the 18th century, Muslim Fulani warriors, led by Karamoko Alpha, launched a jihad holy war in the Guinea highlands, establishing the Imamat of Fouta Djallon. This Islamic state controlled much of central Guinea, enforcing Sharia law and promoting Islamic education. European contact and colonial rule, 15th–20th century. European explorers, particularly the Portuguese, were the first to reach Guinea in the 15th century. Over time, the British and French also established trading posts along the coast. The region became deeply involved in the transatlantic slave trade, with thousands of people captured and sold into slavery. French colonization, 19th–20th century. By the late 19th century, France had expanded its control over Guinea as part of its scramble for Africa. Through military campaigns and treaties, the French subdued local rulers, making Guinea part of French West Africa in 1895. The French imposed forced labor, heavy taxation, and economic policies that primarily benefited France. Despite colonial rule, resistance movements emerged, particularly among the Fulani and Mandinka peoples. However, the French maintained control until the mid-20th century, when nationalist movements began gaining momentum. Independence and the rule of Sékou Touré, 1958–1984. In the 1950s, nationalist movements across Africa pushed for independence. In 1958, French President Charles de Gaulle offered French colonies the option of greater autonomy within a French-controlled community, or full independence. Guinea, under the leadership of Sékou Touré, was the only colony to choose complete independence. The Touré regime, 1958–1984. Guinea became independent on October 2, 1958, with Sékou Touré as its first president. He adopted a socialist model, severing ties with France and aligning with the Soviet Union and China. Touré's government nationalized industries and sought to develop Guinea without foreign dependence. However, his rule became increasingly authoritarian. Touré cracked down on opposition, imprisoning or executing critics. Thousands of Guineans fled the country due to political repression. Despite his efforts at economic self-sufficiency, Guinea struggled with poverty and underdevelopment. When Touré died in 1984, Guinea was left in economic turmoil and political uncertainty. Military rule and the Lansana Conté era, 1984–2008. Following Touré's death, a military coup led by Lansana Conté installed a new government. Conté initially promised reforms but soon became authoritarian. His rule was marked by economic liberalization, reversing Touré's socialist policies, corruption and mismanagement, leading to worsening poverty, political repression, despite introducing multi-party elections in 1993. Conté remained in power until his death in 2008, leaving behind a country plagued by political instability and economic difficulties. Post-Conte political instability, 2008-2010. After Conte's death, a military junta led by Captain Moussa Dadis Camara seized power. His rule was short-lived and brutal, marked by the 2009 Stadium massacre, where security forces killed over 150 pro-democracy protesters. Camara survived an assassination attempt and was later removed from power. Democratic transition and Alpha Conde's presidency, 2010-2021. Guinea held its first democratic elections in 2010, with Alpha Conde becoming the country's first freely elected president. His presidency brought hopes for stability and economic growth, particularly with bauxite mining investments. However, Conde's rule became increasingly controversial. In 2020, he changed the constitution to extend his rule, sparking mass protests. In 2021, the military, led by Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, overthrew Conde in a coup. Current situation and future prospects. Since the 2021 coup, Guinea has been under military rule, with promises of a return to civilian governance. Political uncertainty remains, but Guinea's vast natural resources, including bauxite, gold, and diamonds, provide economic potential. Conclusion. Guinea's history is one of resilience, marked by ancient empires, colonial rule, and struggles for independence. While the country has faced authoritarian rule and political instability, its people continue to push for democracy and development. Kindly share this post if you find value in it. Thanks for your support. You can watch this program on YouTube. P.S. In case you want to, feel free to reach out to me. If you need advice on your plans and ideas, and how to work on your gift and purpose, drop me a message here or email me at sopiansofgod@gmail.com, and we'll arrange a call. Will you like to write a book, share your story, ideas, or knowledge in a book? Now it's easier than ever. In 3 weeks, your book will be written and published. Send a message to bookmindsgmail.com. Get books on Amazon. Amazon Books. Check out our website, Wordflix Publishers. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.